Racy. I'm feeling alright. Coming straight out from graduating high school, I'm very excited to be speedrunning a lot more this summer and put in a lot more time into a lot of my games. Now that I also have the opportunity to play on console as well. So, it definitely feels very good. So, obviously, my tag is Nitroz, and I am a speedrunner of many games, primarily Zelda games. Um, I've been speedrunning since in the middle of 2019, I would say, and I haven't really stopped ever since. And I play a few other games here and there, but I would say that speedrunning is mainly my main focus as of right now. The most notable games I've ran are the Oracle games. I guess you could kind of group them together, so Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. And two other notable games would be Link's Awakening, both the original and DX, but also Four Swords Adventures, which is the game I'll be running at Gaffrethon, and something I'm going to be wanting to put in a lot more time into going forward. As for what I love watching on Twitch, I mainly watch a lot of speedrunning content. I do watch a couple of Osu players here and there, since that's another game I've put in a lot of time into, in terms of knowing a lot of people in the community and just playing the game for a long time. But besides that, I do tend to watch some Smash Bros. Tournaments sometimes. I enjoy watching Smash Bros. Melee a lot. That's another one of those games that I've put in quite a bit of time into in the past, but it's mainly games that I've been into myself that I tend to get drawn towards on Twitch. So at Gaffrethon, I'll be running Four Swords Adventures, this game right here. It's on the GameCube, and it's a Zelda game that's very different from the other ones I've ran in that you get to control 4 links, which opens up the possibility for a ton of different, it makes for a very complex but really interesting speedrun with all the formations and tricks that are possible in the run. And despite the fact that it's very long, it's definitely one of the most interesting runs that I've ever learned. So I'm very excited to be showing it off to the audience at Gaffrethon. I've been to France a couple of times, but just because I've been growing up in Sweden, and it's generally a pretty chill environment here, as well as having pretty good internet and hygiene, I would say probably Sweden for me. For me, I've only had a couple of crepes in my life because they're not really that common over here in Sweden. But personally, I've always been more of a waffle person. Historically, I've definitely been more known to run games on emulator, but I definitely have a way bigger preference to real hardware, I would say, and I'm very happy that I now have the opportunity to be able to update all of my runs on real hardware as well. Of course, those people who know me, they know that I pretty much speedrun almost everything with keyboard. And interestingly enough, the run that I'll be doing at Gaffrethon, Four Swords Adventures, is going to be on controller. That's like the one exception, really. But for me, of course, I have to go with keyboard because it's been a big part of pretty much every game I've played in recent times. Between Link's Awakening OG and DX, it definitely goes to OG for me. I feel like it's a way more fast-paced game, and also just a lot more fun in general in terms of how much you can skip, and it just skips over a lot of the more tedious parts of DX, as well as the more sluggish parts, I would say. So for me, it's definitely OG. Casually, I used to always prefer Oracle of Ages. I used to play it a lot more than Seasons, But after getting into speedrunning and playing them both for quite a bit, I will honestly go with Seasons between the two as the more fun one. Easily subbed anime. I almost never watch dubbed unless it's for you know, like the memes or just for fun as a joke with other people, but easily subs. Between McDonald's and Burger King, me and my friends almost always go to McDonald's for good reason, because Burger King, it's almost always resulted in someone getting sick in one way or another, so definitely McDonald's, 100%. I generally stay more awake during the night when I can, but that's not to say really that I am more of a night person. I actually prefer the daytime more, so I do really want to try staying awake during the day more. OSU or AMQ, that's a tough question, of course. AMQ is a game where you just listen to the songs and guess them, whereas OSU, you can find the songs more expressed in different ways, which is a really great part of it. So as much as people like to meme about OSU, including myself, I would definitely say that it's my preferred game out of the two. Okay, thanks for having me.
Late for their own show, how about that? So yeah, I think I only have to turn it on and then we're good to go.
That's probably a good start, yeah.
Shoutouts to PK's auto deactivation after 4 hours. I think we've reached that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, Four Swords Adventures.
Yeah, so I'm Nitroz. I'm going to be running Four Swords Adventures here. There's kind of a long intro, so I'll just get started right away. I don't know how I start the timer here.
With a foot switch down there.
Foot switch, okay. So technical. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Maybe we should restart
Yeah,
this.
there's no live split.
There's not even a timer.
Yeah, we should restart. I think OBS was still highlighted, and if you accidentally press the space button, or what was it?
That's right. Whatever it was.
The live split sort of. No, the
Great
split pedal.
All right.
Nothing happened.
Go. There we go.
Hey, let's go.
All right.
Now we're zooming.
So yeah, this is Four Swords Adventures. The first thing you might notice here is that it's the any percent category, and that's because in this game, any percent is basically just the main objective. We're gonna beat all of the levels in the game, all 24 of them, and essentially just beat the game straight up that way.
Yeah. Also, like, there's not really any kind of collectibles in this game. It also 100% doesn't really exist, and glitchless is kind of just a meme in the community. They made up like arbitrary rules, like you need to play on English and stuff like that. But it's not a category on the leaderboard.
So how long is that glitchless?
I don't think anyone has ever done a full run.
It would be a little over 3 hours, but this one is just over 2, so it's quite a bit shorter. But as you'll see here, we're playing on the Japanese version. It has a couple of exclusive glitches, but it's not really that big. It's mostly this text that you just saw scroll by, because that's the one part of the text that you can't actually just mash through with the A button, this text here. And of course, the Japanese language just has, there's less text essentially in the Japanese version of the game, so
less letters needed.
But yeah, while this is going on, I want to kind of start talking about some of the mechanics of the game. So, of course, Four Swords Adventure, some people will recognize it because it's the one where you can play like your friends, you play co-op with the 4 links. This one is going to be fully single player, so just me playing on a GameCube controller. The GameCube controller is very nice because we have the C-stick, which allows me to quickly switch the formation in which we put the different links in. And not only is that going to be useful for like glitches, but also for just general game mechanics. So the text mashing here is just mashing A as fast as you can, really.
can hear the mashing in the microphone, doing some very optimized double thumb mashing there.
That's right.
I think the GameCube controller is quite suited for that mashing technique because of the large A button.
Yep.
And that's what you'll be hearing quite a couple of times, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of text in this game.
And another mechanic I kind of want to mention before we get into the levels, because there's going to be quite a bit of action in there, is that basically the main objective that you want to keep track of in every level is that you want to collect 2,000 of these like force gems. That they're typically like rupees in other games, but there's these like small triangles on the ground, and you get them from various sources, like you know, solving a puzzle, defeating a bunch of enemies or something. You need 2,000 to end every single level because it basically powers up your sword, and that allows you to break the barrier that's at the end of every single level. So that's going to be something to keep track of for sure.
Yeah. And also, as you mentioned earlier, you can play this game co-op with multiple people. There is a 2-player speedrun, but it's very different from the 1-player run. It has a lot of 2-player exclusive glitches. A lot of the glitches in a normal 1-player you can't do anymore. So it's super different. I suggest after this, or like after the marathon, you should go and watch a run. It's very interesting, definitely.
So here we're coming up on one of the hardest tricks in the run, which is pulling the Master Sword. Let's see if I can get it first try.
Let's see this.
First try.
There we go.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's actually like, yeah, it can be tricky because the text is really awkward in the sense that it's like asking you if you want to pull the Master Sword, and it's like yes or no, but it defaults to the no option for whatever reason. I'm not sure why that's an option at all, but well, I guess it's not really the Master Sword because it's the Force Sword in this game. It splits Link into these 4 people, so.
Yeah, if you just mash too fast and you press the no option on accident, you need to kind of mash like 3 text boxes and then like wait so you can actually make sure to select yes.
But yeah, like basically, I'm mainly going to be like controlling Green Link, which is the main Link, and the other Links are gonna kind of follow behind them. But then I can like at any point, if I want, switch into the individual Links to do something like you know, pressing different buttons at the same time at different parts in a room, or something like that to save some time, and also just go into formations like I mentioned, which you're going to be seeing quite a bit throughout the run.
So what was the intro there? What was happening story-wise?
Vadi kidnaps the 7 sages or something like that. The 7 maidens, I think they're called. And like puts them into these gems, kind of like Link to the Past.
Well, it's no surprise because this pretty much looks like A Link to the Past.
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, we have to kind of free them, and we just pulled the Force Sword that split us into 4. Yeah, that's pretty much the story, I guess, and we need to defeat Vadi.
I mean, it's good enough, you know. And fun thing, there's Vadi, you know. I think this game is, at some points, pretty much similar to Minish Cap. We can also see Link doing this rolling. Well, rolling is probably going to be the... there are no boots in here, right? There's only rolling.
You can pick them up later.
We'll see them later.
But rolling is going to be what we're going to be seeing for, like, the first
So,
part
right
here.
over here, I'm going to do a trick here where I pick up a rock seemingly from nowhere. It's actually because this screen is like kind of adjacent to the GBA screen that's above it, and there's a rock there which you pick up to get the fire rod like this. Gonna be collecting some gems here.
And also you saw him use the boomerang to get the fire rod and then leave the house and then pick it up. That's because if he were to pick it up inside the house, the old lady would talk to him before leaving, and that's just a small time saver. And here he waits so that the shockwave from the Dark Link doesn't hit him and stuns him.
So, are you supposed to pick up the fire rod that early, or is that like just a small skip?
That's just a like very small skip. Yeah, you could like go into the back of the house and get it there, but...
Ah, okay.
And here we're gonna see our first major glitch, I guess. This is GBA out of bounds, so got it, first try. Very nice. Basically, you can, on the first frame of gaining control on a GBA screen, you can deselect your links, and then they're gonna be on the actual normal screen, and you can like Yeah, you can switch to them and just warp up to the bridge there, and it basically skips like 50% of the level.
Yeah, it's a huge skip.
That's when Martin said GBA screen, like in this one-player version, is of course just this. So what's supposed to be shown on the GBA screen is just displayed on our normal screen as you were seeing it in video capture, of course. Now I got the 2,000 gems.
And you might also see whenever Nitroz is gonna pick up big gems, like the big green ones or big purple ones we're gonna see in the next level. He wants to hold something above his head, and that's because if you pick them up normally, Link is just gonna hold the gem above him for like a second or two, and it just kind of wastes time. And if you hold like a Link or if you hold like a grass, that animation is not gonna play.
And that's only for the big gems,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
The hundreds.
100 and 300. We'll see those. Actually, there's also 150. That's a blue gem.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and like with somewhat similar, like in the Minish Cap, the puzzles just require you to use the different links to solve these things.
So, do you want to kind of talk about the clip that's going to come up, Martin?
Yeah, so here in a bit, Nitroz is going to attempt a trick called a freeze clip. He's going to position purple right next to the door, and then while pushing this block, he's going to go into C right. He got it very nice. He's going to go into C right, which during the animation of the block being pushed, it just kind of clips purple into the door, and then you can deselect the links to just grab the key, and that skips having to get a different key in that room before.
Yeah, nice skip for a small key there.
Yeah.
Oh, and there the blocks are colored, so you need to have the correct link to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. Here in this room, we just need to get a small key.
It's interesting with the camera angle, you know, that it can zoom out so much from the screen.
Just to see all the links at once. I'm getting the bow for the next room. Where you need to light these 4 torches. Something interesting with the bow is that you see how the arrow is stuck on top on the wall there? You can't actually shoot another arrow until that one disappears. So you need to kind of always wait until you see that arrow disappearing.
That's 300.
Alright, so yeah, gems are good here. There's going to be kind of like a small mini boss fight at the end here against Shadow Link, and you always get a guaranteed 100 gem from that, so it should be very well good.
Yeah, you can either get 100 or 150 gem from the Shadow Link.
Shout out to PK, by the way. Some small jokes in chat there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this Shadow Link fight's going to be pretty easy because luckily there's just one of them. Later on we're going to have instances where there's 4 of them and you have to kind of guess which one is the correct one. And that's like one of the major elements of luck in this run that can use quite a bit of time. But luckily this time it's fine. So he's going to transform into one of the colored links, and of course you kill him with that specific color.
Yeah, you want to like stun him with the bow because his shield hitbox can be super annoying. It's like his shield is super big, and if you try to slash him, it's kind of it's super hard.
It even extends backwards sometimes.
Yeah,
it's really stupid.
So is health management something you gotta take care of here?
Honestly, not really. If you die in this game, it's like a few second time loss because you have a lot of fairies. You get pretty much fairies at the end of every level. You got a lot of fairies, and just by defeating enemies and stuff like that, So right now you see he has 4 fairies, but at the end of the run he's gonna have like 30 or something. So dying is just like a few second time loss. Obviously you want to avoid it, but...
And the fairies allow you to respawn in the exact same room where you were dying?
Yeah, you just spawn in the same position.
So there, you saw me do something weird there with my C right formation and rolling up to push blue and purple upwards. That was called owl skip. It saves very little time, but I essentially got blue past the owl trigger. There's normally an owl there that's supposed to talk to you about the level, but I managed to skip it by slipping blue just by there.
Yeah,
that's our boy, you know, the Link's Awakening runners. They like the owl skips.
Yeah, it only saves like 1 second, but it looks pretty funny.
One-shotting that big guy.
Yeah, and you saw him like jump slash the blue guys. That's because you need to wait for them to disappear for the screen to open, and like if you kill most of them, it's gonna be faster. And here he's gonna do another GBA out of bounds. This time with blue. So let's see if he gets it. This is like a frame perfect trick. Yeah, I didn't get it there.
Luckily we can easily retry.
Yeah, this one needs like a little bit of a setup where you need to put blue inside of the door. Yeah, that was a frame late, I think. Should work, yeah. And now he's gonna reunite to blue link and then do a formation menu clip. So basically, if you roll and then open and close the formation menu frame perfectly, you can just clip through anything basically. Clip through all actors.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, that's like one major skip or rather glitch that we're using with the formation menu.
Yeah, we're gonna see that a lot. And also on the next screen, it's gonna be a huge skip as well. We're gonna see that a lot over the course of this run. So this next one is kind of tricky. So the one he did in the room before was a roll FMC. This one is gonna be a reunite FMC. So he's gonna reunite. So he's gonna reunite to green with, and then try to clip purple on top of this wall here, and he got a very nice second try. That's very difficult.
Nice one.
And yeah, he's just gonna clip purple up there and basically skip like all of the level again. Just hitting the, skipping the barrier.
Yeah, normally what you're like intended to do is you're supposed to like go to both of these sides and like save some NPCs so that they dispel the barrier or something. But by doing that, we skip all of that.
Yeah, and I think it's even more impressive, if I recall correctly, to do that menu formation glitch thingy where you like teleport like you just did the purple link. You gotta do like frame perfect inputs consecutively, right?
Yeah.
So if you
basically
like every time he opens the formation menu, right, it needs to be frame perfect.
Yeah, you cancel the menu with B and then you have to open it again on the next frame. So it's very tricky.
Yeah, so like every time this like boom, 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 it's like every time a frame perfect input. So pretty impressive to do that consistently.
Yeah, so here he's gonna attempt to get a 2 cycle by doing a specific amount of damage to him. We can skip a cycle and see if he gets it. Yeah, it should be fine.
Nice.
Alright. Alright, and that's basically the level now. Yeah, that was World 1, so at the end of every world, as I said earlier, we're gonna free the maidens.
What would have happened if he didn't have 2,000 gems by now?
Yeah, okay, so if you don't have 2,000 gems, if you hit the gem barrier, you actually get teleported back to the start of the level, and then you need to collect gems, and once you get to 2,000, you get teleported back, so it's...
Okay, so it's really detrimental to take care that you actually have the 2,000 gems when you
Yeah, gem routing is a very important part of this run.
Yeah.
So that's basically Crystal 1 out of 7, I guess.
Yep.
Don't need to pick up the pens like we had to do in A Link to the Past. You know, this game gets right to the point.
Yeah. Skipping Light World.
That's really something something good. Telling you from A Link to the Past speedrun perspective, the light world gets way too much attention in Link to the Past speedrunning. So that's the Ocarina of Time Fairy, right? That's
Well,
at least what it looks to me.
The Ocarina of Time Fairy, actually, the color is random.
Ah, okay.
It's well, actually, yeah, it's kind of interesting. Can be a few different colors. All right, now we're at the coast, level 2. So a thing with these rocks is normally you would have to go through like a long animation of Link picking them up, but if you actually pick them up and then deselect your links, they're gonna break instantly. So you're gonna see that with these big rocks. Saves a lot of time over the course of the run. And then this house, we're gonna do another reunite FMC to just clip through this lady and get to the other side. And you're gonna see him pause bar for there because you need to basically press Y twice in a very short amount of time, and that can be very tricky to do unbuffered.
So what's a casual way to get behind the lady? Gotta do some quests there.
You need to go through like a big cave and get like bombs and stuff like that.
She wants bombs.
No, well, you need bombs to open the cave.
Ah, okay.
And then go through it and stuff like that.
So what does the old lady want from us?
I have no idea. She's just in the way, I think.
Okay, that's okay. You know, I'm sort of infamous for asking stupid questions to other people while they're speedrunning games. I mean, obviously you don't know what's going on there if you're just like able to skip it as quote-unquote easily like that.
Yeah, I actually never played this game casually before, so I wouldn't really know. Alright, here he's doing a trick called like-like, it looks very interesting.
That's odd, yeah.
Basically, the like-like sucks you up, but you go and see down and stun the like as soon as Link gets sucked in. And it's just very weird, and you're able to clip out of bounds with that and get on here. And it only saves a little bit of time, like a couple of seconds, but you can just do the screen faster because you can jump down from the top and you don't need to go through the first few
Ledges don't really function like they're supposed to up there since you're not ever intend to get up there, so I just made a huge jump to the middle of the screen.
Yeah, if you like jump off a ledge and there's like, you just jump to the next available ground in that like layer.
And what was that XXL bomb from Dark Link supposed to do? Was it supposed to hurt us? Because there was just like this enormous bomb in our way.
Yeah, if it explodes and you're not on a GBA screen.
Ah, so basically you gotta
die.
stay off the overworld.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it.
We're just gonna grab these gems.
Yeah, some gem soldiers there that drop gems when they get killed.
So we're just gonna need to kill these Octoroks on the screen. There's like a lot of, in this game there's like a lot of screens where it's just kill like a lot of enemies.
It's just like such a mayhem with like having 30 enemies or so, and you just like dash through all of them. I mean, luckily they're mostly one shot and then dead.
Yeah, exactly. Something interesting to note as well is that if you consecutively kill enemies without taking damage, you can see like a big number appearing over your head sometimes. Maybe you noticed it, and that's like your combo, and if you like reach like a certain combo, you get extra gems. So it's kind of nice. It's not really necessary in the route, but it can help. With like, if you like get a big combo, then maybe you can like skip some gems later on, and so it's kind of nice if you don't take damage.
So talking about gems, what was that animation after you picked up the 2,000 gems supposed to tell us? Is your sword now stronger or something?
Yeah, the sword gets leveled up, so it's the level 2 sword. There's there's like fairy fountains in this game sometimes, and you can basically upgrade the item that you have, and it does some funny stuff. We're not gonna see it actually in this run, apart from the level 2 sword that you get with 2,000 gems. And it actually is stronger, I believe. It deals more damage.
But we're losing it after like every level, right?
Saludos!
Saludos!
It's my glass. Yeah, I put that there.
Oh my god.
I can't believe Olive just wants to steal my water.
This guy. Can you believe it? Well, he will need some water because you will be seeing Olas doing some more commentary later throughout the day.
Yeah.
Our Zelda expert.
He's carrying the commentary today.
Talking about that, can you do chess turns in that game?
I don't think so.
Oh
sadly.
boy. Oh boy.
Yeah, so we're getting
Bummer.
these blue orbs from the, I don't know, the person there, and we need those to unlock like a portal to GBA screens. And there he did something interesting. He positioned his Link in such a way that if he reunites with green up there, the purple Link is just gonna be on the other side, and it skips quite a big part of the game with having to go through like a mini game and getting the boots and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you earlier you talked about a GBA out of bounds, so that brings up the question to me: is there like are there like many differences glitch-wise or like skip-wise, well, like stuff you can exclusively do in the GBA screen as compared to the normal screen? Like aside from the GBA screen out of bounds, is the game behaving like identical? Depending on the mode you're having.
There's some like slight differences, but overall it's mostly the same. Nothing really that notable.
Yeah. Nothing. Here, we're pretty much at the end of the level right now, but you see he has only 200 gems. But what we're actually going to do is duplicate this gem right here by basically picking it up and then leaving the screen at the same time. I can pick it up infinitely.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Seems to be somewhat frame perfect though.
Yeah, there's kind of it's pretty lenient actually.
Well, you have to basically just switch the Link on the frame that you leave the screen, but there's a pretty easy setup for it if you just line up in a certain position.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of limited because, I mean, in this situation it worked out well, but you have to have like a static gem that's like always there, and it has to be at the edge of the screen basically. So
yeah, we're only gonna see it like one more time. Actually, 2 more times. Now.
yeah.
Yeah. And 2 more levels. And here, as we said earlier, we have multiple Links. Yeah. So he got bad RNG there. He killed the first Link, but that wasn't the correct one. And then the other shadow Link that was right went down. You don't want that to happen, but there's not much you can do if you just get the wrong Link.
One try you can do actually is throw one of your
Yeah.
points at him.
That looked more.
It stuns him.
That looked easier. So funny that you can just use your friend as like a paw to throw,
Yeah.
throw them at the enemies.
Yeah, there's also later on, there's like a glitch that you can do by throwing like green Link and then reuniting midair. But we're gonna see that later.
Oh, is that the triple frame perfect thing you did 2 days ago?
Well,
Saw Martin doing some practice for FSA 2. These guys are actually playing in co-op sometimes, so we're gonna
Yeah.
see some co-op submission from those guys.
maybe someday. It's a very cool run. Yeah, actually there was like, now, it wasn't possible a few months ago, but there's a new update to Dolphin where you can play multiplayer with Game Boys, so that makes it possible to do these runs, like do co-op runs remote, because, well, like normally you would need to use like 2 GBAs and play like at home with 2 people, but with the new Dolphin you can play on emulator, and it's yeah, it like made us do co-op runs.
Yeah, that's
very
which is
convenient.
pretty cool. You know, it's always nice to have like several possibilities, especially if like the hardware side is such a margin to actually you know, be able to run the game. So shoutouts to the Dolphin emulator that they incorporated MGBA here. So I believe that was an intentional dev, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a trick here called zombie storage, and basically what I did there is that I got out of bounds, and you can see I just have green Link here because all of my other Links were out of bounds. So what I'm gonna do here, I died the first time, and now that I died again, I basically reunited as I died, and like I don't know, it's hard to explain, but these links are basically like zombie links right now. You can see they're like
Yeah.
still lying down as if they're dead.
Yeah, and
And
Blue Link, yeah, I can see Blue Link
Blue
is
is
up
on
there.
the left side, so right now I'm just holding upright to actually move Link into that door on the top of the screen. And once he's inside the door, I'm just gonna dive one more time with Green Link, and then all of the links will be free from their like zombie state, so I can just switch to Blue Link and skip basically the entire level this way, because normally you're supposed to like go through that door and like do a bunch of stuff that we don't care about.
Yeah.
Zombie hover, zombie link, dude. Like, there's so much zombie tricks in these Zelda games. Probably for a good reason, because zombies often give you like some weird buffs or some stuff. So maybe that's why. But yeah, well, nicely done.
Yeah, it's
Really
quite
cool.
interesting trick.
Best room in the game here.
Yeah, we love those. I mean, casually, but also during the speedrun, those things are just like, I don't know. It's basically the same in every Zelda game. You stand in one position and just slash all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, and even the chests. Oh boy.
Yeah, everything. The statues as well.
Oh. It's a super hard version for Four Swords. It's like Four Swords Adventure.
Yeah. Actually, it's quite interesting if you play co-op, it's mostly the same game, except for like some rooms they just changed for seemingly no reason. Like that room right there is completely changed in co-op with the tiles. It looks very different. And it's quite interesting. Like, why would they just randomly change those rooms? But yeah. Yeah, and we're pretty much at the boss, already at the end of World 2.
Yeah,
It's going
so
very fast.
this boss is kind of similar to the Swamp Palace boss fight in Link to the Past. We're going to use the boomerang to basically get all of these rock things off of him and finish them all off. And after that, if I have 2,000 gems, there's a chance to go for a one cycle on the second phase by doing precisely timed spin attacks. There's a few ways you can do spin attacks in this game, either by like rotating your control stick or rolling and just pressing B. And that method is actually, it does much more damage, so it's what I'm gonna try doing here very shortly.
I like how when you have the power of the level 2 sword and kill enemies, they like disintegrate.
Yeah.
So he's gonna take like intentional damage there because that like would stun him otherwise, and then by timing these rolls, he gets the one cycle. Very nice. That's way harder than it looks. Nicely done. And that's it for World 2.
Well done. How's the pace looking? You were happy so far?
Yeah, it's alright. Could be better, could be worse.
Well, I mean, like we always have to remember, it's a no reset run. So
Yeah.
I think considering that, it's we're looking pretty good so far. Didn't see any big mess ups so far, from what I can tell.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
Nothing
mainly
went
like
wrong.
the punching things can be failing those like out of bounds tricks with GBA, because you have to like re-enter the screen and all that, and the animation is kind of slow. But
Yeah,
luckily in that level I got it first try, so
Oh yeah, and you have to enter 2 times, right? So you set up that thing again. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But I feel like when you're playing those games yourself, you always feel like, oh boy, that lost like half a minute or so, you know, entering, re-entering, entering, etc. But you know, usually it just like feels that long for you because you just have to endure that screen transition cutscene over and over
Yeah.
again. So I think we're doing pretty well all in all.
We're doing pretty good.
So level 3. Do you know what it's called?
It's God. I have those names in my splits, but it's hard to remember. I think it might be like Foot of the Mountain or something like that. Because in World 3 we're going up a mountain.
Maybe we have Link Orange still in the chat, and he maybe did see what the Japanese letters were trying to tell us. But yeah, again, like the Link to the Past trees, Link to the Past houses, Link to the Past bus blobs, what have you. So like, what is
Death
that?
Mountain Foothills.
Death Mountain.
I was pretty
Foothills, okay.
close.
What did you say? Death Mountain.
I said like
Mountain
of the mountain
foot
or
of
something.
the mountain. Well, sounds somewhat
Alright,
similar.
here we're doing a formation hover, basically
hover.
by holding a C-stick formation over like a pit. You can kind of just hover over it. It's not very hard. And here we're normally supposed to like activate switches there, but you can just roll down and open the chest midair. It looks kind of funny.
Yeah,
So nice that you can easily backtrack with your other Link friends.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really fast. And there we got basically like the medallion. And it's going to be used for a screen coming up here with a lot of enemies. This medallion basically takes care of every enemy on the screen. So I'm saving it for a particular one, and
Yeah.
I want to make sure that I absolutely don't die in this room here, because if you do, you drop the medallion, so I'm just going to pick up some hearts here for safety.
Yeah. And here we're seeing the enemies from Death Mountain.
Oh, the fucking squirrels.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And yeah, we're using the medallion here to kill all of these scrolls, because otherwise you would actually have to push this house. Like you see how the house has like a flamethrower? You would have to push the house around to like
So
kill
weird
all
that there's a
of those.
fucking flamethrower, like actually four, what do you call them, you know?
Yeah.
Four directions where it can spit out flames. Zelda, just Zelda in a nutshell. I think there's also someone in chat, Shadex, he wants to say hi, Nitroz.
What's up, Shadax?
So yeah, glad there's some folks, you know, not only
Mega Man
watching this, but
community.
also feel free to say hi if you're watching this and you're enjoying it.
Alright, shoutouts to C left strats.
Yeah, shoutouts to Toad's Root for coming up with that.
And in the next room we're gonna do another GB out of bounds. And this one's gonna look pretty cool. So see.
Yeah. See, yeah, you want to make sure you're holding the C right formation when you do this, because the links are basically going to end up to the right of the cave.
Alright, that was it. Nice. And now we're up here and we can jump down the ledge and just end up there on top of the screen.
Well, we would have had to fight a lot of Hinox there,
Yeah.
I guess, if we wouldn't have done that. Camp spawning all the enemies coming out of that cave.
Yeah, you just kind of have to wait on the screen. And let's see disco gems on the next screen. So
Disco gems.
yeah, you can see like
Yeah, they were glowing, so.
yeah, basically you stun the gems with the hammer. And
Are they
then
like different from the normal gems? Or like
no, those are just normal like big gems. But we stunned them with the hammer and then collected all of them at once. And it has
that
kind
why
of
they
a
were
funny
glowing?
information.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're different colors
Animation.
because they're worth different amounts. So the blue one is, for example, worth 150, the green one is just 100, and red is like 200, and purple is 300, essentially.
Yeah, but it just looks kind of funny how they're like flying around Link because they
Yeah.
pick all of them up at once. Here we're gonna do another owl skip. He has to basically deselect Link like at the end of his roll there.
Nice.
It can be kind of tough.
Oh, and there's the what they're called?
Gorons.
The Gorons. Yeah.
Yeah. So we take these water pots to put out the flames, and there he did another freeze clip like in 2-2.
1-2.
Yeah, 1-2. Sorry.
Shame.
Basically just throwing the pot at the fire to like have an animation playing, and then with like holding C down you can clip through the wall.
There's another guy with a flamethrower over there. What's his deal? That's like. He's
Yeah,
doing.
Shadow Link, he's making all these
Oh,
flames,
Yeah.
causing trouble in the Goron village. And here's, yeah, he made the, so these like purple gems, they like turn from green to purple in a certain amount of time, and he made that cycle, or it's kind of tight, but
Yeah.
So what's going on with the jumping? Did I miss like we picked up some?
yeah, he
some
has the
item?
feather, he just picked it up
Ah, okay,
in
sorry.
the screen before.
Okay.
And we're actually gonna use the feather here to do the flying Link glitch. Yeah, so
Oh.
basically what happened was he jumped, and then while withholding the paw with blue, and then while jumping he deselected his links, and they're kind of out of bounds. And with blue he walked onto the next screen and through the pod, and that triggered the screen transition. You can skip some screens. And here he's gonna pick up this gem intentionally to get a text box, so that this bomb doesn't blow him up. Because normally you would have to like enter one of those caves down there to hide from the bomb to not die. But if you have the text box up, it doesn't kill you.
So only the Tinker guy did die. It was like flying by.
Yeah, he steals our gems. We hate that guy.
Ah, okay. Good thing he's history now. Again, Dark Link. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. I must say that's not surprising to use that trick here again.
Yeah, you can just clip through the flames here. Again, it's frame perfect. If you like miss a frame, the links are gonna teleport to you.
That's what we saw one time. Yeah.
Alright, and then here we have the quadruple Shadow Link fight. Even worse than the one in 2-2 this time, I'm right.
Yeah, because it's completely random which one is the real one.
Yeah,
Luckily, I got him pretty
he got the
quickly.
one. That was very fast. That was very fast. They can also like go inside the house, and it's just
Oh boy.
it's just really bad. And we're gonna skip the owl again by just doing a jump slash. That one's quite easy.
Oh, okay.
And here's Halmarock King. So we're gonna basically throw a bomb at him, and then he's gonna crash into this cave with his head. And then we can use the hammer to just destroy his mask. We're gonna need to do that twice. It's kind of funny.
That's a really fun boss fight.
Yeah. Got that RNG there. Yeah, now we're gonna throw the bomb at him again. He's just gonna land. Yeah, barely missed the one cycle. That one's has super hard timing.
Yeah, it's really
just
tight.
You're one hit away.
Well, it looked like a decent fight. So during the fight, you're picking up sort of casually your next item, the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing we kind of forgot to mention is that in this game you can only really carry one item at a time. So you just exchange them basically, and they don't persist between levels either.
Yeah, like we said, there's not really any like collectives like items. You just kind of get them in the level where you need them, and then get a different item.
Well, it's not like A Link to the Past where you need to progress to other parts of the map by using that item.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pretty much straightforward the overworld there.
At this level, this is my favorite level. This level is really awful. These like flames have like super weird hitboxes, and then if they hit you, they do like a full heart of damage, and like you have like huge knockback like that and lose your gems as well. It can be super annoying. There's like just a lot of annoying rooms in this level in general. So here we're gonna roll past the flame before it activates, and we can basically skip having to go around the maze in this room. And we need to kill all of these enemies.
Yeah, those like suck in every Zelda game there,
Yeah.
and they're just annoying.
You can just knock them down the pit. So this is gap skip. You can just kind of reunite with the link you threw, and then do a jump slash midair to just barely make it onto the platform.
Sort of dark music in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Like, are those supposed to be Ganon heads, those statues? Looks a little bit like that.
Yeah, I guess they kind of look like a pig head or something like that. So here we're gonna do a small just skip. We can just get the link over the gap like that. Normally you would have to like hit some switches and make like a bridge, but that one's quite easy.
And
Just
of course
good.
the fire boss, they're also there.
Yeah.
Luckily they're not burning you big time like in TMC.
Yeah.
They're gonna throw my friend into the lava to get some iframes to roll through the fire.
Yeah,
And we're gonna do something similar here as well. Alright, nice, yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah.
Hitting that switch on the fly.
Yeah, you're just kind of abusing your friends. Again, in this room, we're gonna throw the link in the fire. So this gem is like up in the air. You can't normally grab it, but like if you throw your link in the fire, he's gonna like jump upwards and grab the gem. It's kind of interesting.
Also, fun fact here, there's actually pots on these switches, but they're invincible or invisible on Japanese.
It's so weird.
Just wanted to show that off.
How did they overlook that? That's really odd.
Yeah. So we're gonna stun the links with bombs to make the fight a lot easier.
Alright.
Yeah, he got first try Shadow Link again. If you like kill the correct link with the correct color, all of the other links are also just gonna disappear. So we want to just mainly focus on killing him as fast as possible.
This will be fine.
Yeah, should be fine.
Don't need to grab that one, because there's some gems in this room too.
And here's our best friends, the Dongos. It's random when they open their mouth. So yeah, sometimes they just have to wait for like so long, or until they open their mouths. Or in my case, I'm like notorious for having really good RNG. Like they all open their mouth at the same time, but the problem is like if they do, it's really hard to reach all of them.
Yeah, can't
in
serve
time.
all of them at the same time.
Yeah. So it's like you get all of them really fast, but then it's like you can't even get them. Yeah, as you saw there, if you're too slow, he's gonna throw the fire.
Well, is that 3 bombs each?
Yeah, 3 bombs each.
Yeah, this is pretty bad luck right now, but it's fine.
Yeah. I gotta do the FNC.
No.
So
Oh, also a quick question. You have infinite amount of bombs?
yeah,
That's convenient.
same with like arrows and everything like that. So there's like this fire at the top of the screen. You can actually do a formation menu clip through it, but it's super difficult. Like if you miss a frame, you're gonna take damage and get knocked back. But yeah, you can clip through that. Like only like Navulin does that one, basically.
Yeah.
But he also stopped doing that one because it's just so stupid.
Yeah, it didn't cost that much time to
Yeah, it's only like
activate the trigger
5
at the right.
seconds
Yeah.
or something like that.
Seems like a really low reward, high risk thing.
Yeah, exactly. The third world done.
Yeah, that was actually interesting. Something else I noticed, like those levels seem to consist of different parts where actually your gem count gets resetted within the level a couple of times, right? So like I had the feeling we're like finishing the first area, then get ported to another area, and the gem count is at 0 again. So you know, because usually it's like you have one level and there's the boss, and level there's the boss. But this seems to consist of like multiple levels or like multiple areas, I think. I don't know what you call that, but yeah.
Yeah, in like a world, there's always like 2 normal levels and then like a kind of castle level with the boss at the end.
Okay, that's nice. Gonna watch out for that for the next level, level 4.
Yeah.
We didn't have like a real... Well, the boss fight was probably earlier, you know, the bird thingy, right? So was
Yeah, that one was a boss fight, and I guess the Dodongos kind of count as a boss fight,
okay.
maybe. So in this level, we need to take Malon. Make sure she doesn't hit the flames. She actually has like 2 hearts. If she dies, Link also dies. So you want to make sure she doesn't get hit. And escort her to Talon.
A bit of a cutscene here as well.
Yeah.
Family reunited. Like on
Very nice.
RTL. RTL 2. Little German inside joke here.
Alright, so here we're gonna do a pretty interesting skip in this level. So talking to that sign gave us a carrot and a bubble. What the carrot actually does is it puts all the links on horses, but we want to try avoiding that, and you're gonna see why later. So we're just running. So normally we'd like take the carrots and jump over these fence posts. That's that's it. But we're just gonna throw our links over there, and we want to make sure to not throw the carrot we have, because right here past this fence, your horse normally gets reset. But we carry this all the way to unintentionally get horses here to kill these gomas instantly. Because otherwise we need to do like a bunch of mini games to get a bow to kill the gomas. Or actually, I think you need to roll the logs over to kill those, and it's just super slow.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, it's just a big like side quest thing to get the bow and arrow basically that you skip with this. It's a really big skip for. It's not even really a glitch that you can carry that over, but
yeah, it's just kind of an oversight, I guess.
So you're not really supposed to have the horses there.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we're gonna see the second instance of gem duping.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's
it's a bit of a
super fat
setup.
gem.
Yeah, that one is
to it.
1,000 gems.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that surely is a lot more than gems before.
Oh, he missed it there. That's unfortunate.
That's kind of bad, but I can back it up.
He
That's
needs
nice.
to do. He needs to get a bunch of backup gems, and I guess he's not gonna have enough gems to finish the level. But yeah, so we're gonna see the teleporting back mechanic at the end, and then afterwards he's gonna need to grab a quick couple of gems.
Just a quick question there. Are like those carrots, are those like magic carrots? It's like, it was looking so, I mean, it probably looks normal to you guys because you like speedrun the game and play it often, but just a carrot going like magically over the grass. Like what's the deal with that, you know?
And then also like you just pick up a carrot and then magically just some horses spawn for you to ride on. It's kind of weird, I guess.
Yeah, that's similarly weird.
Yeah. So here's our first out of 4 skeleton guards to unlock the elements. This game actually has like the same elements as Minish Cap. I don't actually know what they do, if I'm gonna be honest, but you need to collect them to progress. So actually, later on we can skip the wind element. No, not the wind. Which one is it? I don't know, but this is the water element. So we're gonna collect that, and later on we can skip one of these fights with the skeletons.
I mean, in TMC they make your sword stronger, and having a stronger sword lets you get more duplicate links. Well, probably just a collectible in this game.
Yeah, I guess it's probably like story-wise something like you need them to defeat Vadi, but it's like you're kind of forced to get them anyway. If you just play through the game, so...
Yeah, but we won't be needing them for any percent, right?
Yeah. Well, the game just gives them to you. They're kind of just mandatory to get, because you can't, like, progress unless you kill the... Yeah, so you saw he's getting teleported back in time. He's gonna need to grab a couple of extra gems. And, yeah, so our shovel got taken away, so we can't actually go to that big gem again, like we did earlier. Need them to access the Tower of Winds. Okay, so it's just kind of lore. I think there's some on the screen here under like.
Whoever did put up that bomb, they got a
this is
really thorough job.
I grabbed the gem from there.
You can see burning Link there by running on the fire.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate, but and now we're done with the level.
So obviously we need the thanks for helping us out here, chat. We need the elements to access the Tower of Winds.
Yeah, that's a level later on in World 8.
Alright, so small detour, because we didn't get the fat gem twice.
Now we're in the most notorious level. of this game, the swamp. Shoutouts to the swamp.
I think it's nice that they made the owl appear in here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to skip it, but you know, I think it's a cool character in Zelda.
Yeah. Sure, it reoccurs in a lot of Zelda games.
I think it's a Link's Awakening original, if I recall correctly. I think it's the first appearance where that... it's the first appearance of an owl telling you where to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Why didn't we die there?
Because we were invincible right after going out of the GBA screens. You're like invincible for a couple of frames.
Oh, that's nice.
So you can kind of just time going outside with like just barely not dying.
So we got the feather or a feather.
I guess it's just a feather in this game.
So we're basically losing our power-ups because we left the area.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's interesting. So basically just like not the classic Zelda game where you keep the items you found. So basically every level resets your inventory and you'll only get the items you need to progress. Okay, that's cool.
You missed the cycle there. Like, these walls are very weird. If you try to roll next to them, sometimes you just like kind of grab the wall. So it can be quite tough to make that cycle.
I remember that from Link the Cast, where you try to initiate a dash, but then you're just grabbing the tree.
Yeah.
Like Link, the old tree hugger.
And this, like throwing the red Link over that gap right there is like way harder than it looks.
Yeah, it looked pretty straightforward the way he did it.
Yeah, but it's quite tough. Okay, that was a swamp jump. Basically, you can throw your Link onto the swamp and then reunite like as soon as he touches him and jump. And you get like a couple frames to jump. I don't actually know how many frames it is, but it's a very tight window. And we're gonna see another one coming up soon. So
Rolling up those stairs.
yeah.
The ladder. Oh, there's your trick, Martin.
Yeah.
I heard that's triple frame perfect.
Well.
There we go.
Yeah, you got it. Very nice.
It's not... I think it's not triple frame
it's
perfect,
not
but we were joking about that earlier.
But it is quite hard. You need to like throw the Links at the peak height of the jump and then get like the jump off the swamp is also only like a couple of frames, I think. It's quite tough. And then we're picking, so we went into Dampe's house to get the power bracelet. To get the power bracelet to pick up those trees to make our way through. And here's a jump scare incoming. This is the jump scare boss. So let's... Ooh. Yeah, so this boss is RNG, so as you can see we have 3 Links on the torches, but it's actually, yeah, as you can see here, sometimes he can go into the one corner that doesn't have a torch, and he needs to be in the torch to be able to hit him. So that's kind of a little RNG part.
And there's the motherfucker who wants to steal us our gems again.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of there.
Alright, that's the swamp. Pretty good. On to 4-3, which is again another castle level. That one is quite interesting. It has some interesting mechanics in the first part of the level we're gonna see. Or hopefully not gonna see it. So there's like in this level there's like searchlights at the start. There's like searchlights going around. If you get hit by those, you get thrown into prison, and you need to escape it, and it's quite a big time loss. So let's hope that doesn't happen here, but that shouldn't happen.
Obviously, we're in the dark world. We're listening to the music here.
Okay, yeah.
That always looks pretty close with those lights.
Yeah. But like if you dive down, they can't see you. So And also, like, there's some like gems underwater we need to get, so we also need to dive down for those.
Was that Darkling breaking the pots for us?
Yeah.
What a bro, man.
There you go. So we're past the searchlight, Snow getting thrown into jail. But yeah, here we just need to kill those ghosts. It was kind of a scary level with the music also. It's kind of
Yeah, this level is kind of unique actually in the run because it doesn't really have any glitches at all. We just kind of follow the intended path typically.
yeah, it's gonna grab a heart.
That looked kind of
Save.
unintended, though.
Well,
Just,
normally like
throwing your buddy into the dark.
yeah,
but
you're
yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to hit those ice switches to
Yeah.
like light up a path, but if you know
Yeah,
where it is,
if
it's
you know-
obviously
if you know the map without the light, then it's easy as that. Was that extra hard mandatory?
no. You just picked it up for safety. There's like a boss at the end of this level. It can be can kill you quite easily if you're not careful.
So basically the sand card of Four Swords Adventures. Are you keeping your hearts like for the next
No.
level? It's also getting taken
Yeah,
away.
it's also
So
just
always
for-
starting with 4 hearts.
Yeah.
Well, I mean the enemies don't seem to deal too much damage. Mostly just half a heart or a whole heart, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's okay to have that few hearts. Also, the damage output of the Link seems to be really much. Like like especially in those screens where there are so many enemies spawning, they seem to like one-shot all those enemies pretty much all the time.
Yeah, with like jump slashes, they deal a little bit of extra damage and stuff like that, so you can kill them quite easily. And here he did a small little optimization where he put Green Link underneath the torch, because if you reunite and one of your links hits like a collision, he's gonna teleport to you instantly. So that way he doesn't have to wait until the link slowly like goes up to him.
What was that thing with the arrow he did shoot down? Just
Wait.
like wasn't
That
in
was
that
just unintentional.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. I
in
didn't
the
catch
GBA
that.
screen, it was just like facing
I
down.
tried to grab the lantern, but I didn't wait long enough, so
Ah, okay.
smashing A.
Okay.
So you need to light all the torches, hit him, and then this boss sucks. So
He sucks and
he
blows.
sucks and blows. They're gonna see that later, or like right now. Yeah, and if you get like caught in the searchlight, he's gonna blow out all the torches again, so you wanna avoid that from happening.
And yeah, this like thing is just kind of, it's just based on a hit counter, so I just kind of hold out my sword to get the hit as fast as possible on this guy.
Yeah.
Is it like, do you have to hide all 4 links in front
No,
of
the
the
deselected links don't.
only the selected link
Yeah.
can be found by the searchlight? Okay, that's at least something. Because I could imagine it would be pretty difficult. What was that poser thingy there?
Yeah, with the Z button on the GameCube controller, you can hide the GBA screen.
Ah, okay.
So these gems like spread out randomly, so that was actually quite bad RNG. Had to walk a lot to get to all of the gems, but it's okay. And that's World 4 done as well.
Nice.
Already halfway through the game, basically.
Yeah, and we are only at 1 hour, so I believe the last 3 levels will be a little bit longer than the first ones. I mean, that's what's to be expected, that the later dungeons of a game are usually harder than the first few ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, sorry. Got a little bit of a short microphone cable here.
Yeah.
So yeah, would you say like there's some hard parts coming up, like some especially hard stuff in the next levels? Like a D2 skip, like challenge.
I mean, most of the hard stuff is mainly really... there's some hard stuff in World 6, I guess, and in World 8 as well, but
Yeah,
World 5
after-
is relatively calm, I would say.
Yeah, it's kind of like after World 6, the difficulty and the difficulty of the skips especially kind of ramps up in World 6, 7, and 8.
So got level 5 a little bit more chillaxing now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Just throw the pushers at these shoes to drop a gem.
Looks a little bit like a maze, bro.
Yeah, this level is kind of built like a maze with just all of the rooms, and you need to collect stuff in certain areas and then just kind of know where to go. So here we're actually gonna do another gap skip. That one's quite easy because the gap's only like 3 tiles, so like that. It's just 3 link.
I mean, if you don't have the feather that is intended that you can throw your link, right?
Yeah.
But only for over 2 tiles normally, or for over 1?
I think it's only 1 tile.
Okay.
So here's gonna do another gap skip by like throwing his link and then rolling over the gap, and that allows him to keep the blue orb with him that we're gonna use right here.
It happens so fast, those throw, jump, skip, stuff thingies. Yeah.
They look quite cool, just in my opinion. Oh no.
It should be fine, I think. Yeah, you see, like, these gems start fading away after they're on screen for a while, but luckily I was still able to get them. Gem tide is kind of tight on this level, but there is a few backups I can get in case it gets rough at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So we get the lantern, we can burn down the whole forest, basically. Especially in this screen. We're just gonna kind of burn everything. Just to get a few extra gems. And then here, there's like bees that you can kill with the bombs. Also get a couple extra gems. So this level is kind of all about gem routing, I guess. So here's gonna do kind of a little trick where normally this hand is supposed to catch you, but if you like keep slashing and holding C right, it can actually get to you. And if it like catches you, you get underground, you need to go like a portal, it's kind of annoying. That was fine.
Yeah, this jump count should be very good.
Yeah. Yeah, so we need the shovel here to dig up some holes. And here we're gonna get our last few gems.
There we go, 2,000 gems.
Yeah.
Guess that's already nice to have.
And then there's like no indication of where these holes actually are,
Yeah,
so
I
you
just
kind
wanted
of
to
just need
say,
to know.
It's weird.
I guess as a casual, you just kind of dig up everything on the screen.
Oh, but they're the same every time, right?
Yeah, they're the same.
Okay,
So
at least that's some
if
comfort.
you know, you can just know. And also, if you like dig in a formation, have like a bit of a better chance to find it, I guess.
Also, there are hints on where to dig.
No, there's nothing, but like you can dig like multiple tiles at once and stuff like that.
At least that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like the Minish Cap digging thing with the quadruple ink. And sort of a reference to Skullwoods also, like with the skulls we saw earlier in the Link to the Past.
Yeah.
I mean, I like A Link to the Past, so I don't mind if they recycle a few of those things in FSA.
It was supposed to roll past the owl trigger, but it's not a big deal.
Not
Yeah.
sure why that didn't work, actually. I don't know.
I think it just did it too fast, but
3
oh well.
seconds or so.
Yeah. Here we're gonna skip a whole part by doing another FMC through this fire. So he's gonna reunite. Again, pause buffering the Y inputs and then doing that. Very nice. That one can be quite twickery. And especially, a very weird thing is that if you keep pausing on a screen with fire, the fire like kind of gets duplicated and causes a lot of lag, and then it makes it like even harder to time everything. And he got good RNG here, so this fight is especially notorious for being super annoying, because like if you don't get the Link basically first try, then they're gonna go into these caves, and yeah, it's just super annoying if you don't get it. But he got it. He got good RNG there, so that's good.
Yeah. So what was FMC again?
Formation menu clip. It's yeah, open the formation menu to go through actors.
Yeah.
And here it's just kind of a section where you go through like the water and collect gems.
It's pretty lucky that in most of the levels where we can basically like skip everything, there's just a ton of gems usually, and this one is no exception. Like there is a lot of gems in the rest of the level too, but they just put a lot of them in the end for some reason.
Yeah.
Convenient for speedrunners.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So talking about FMC earlier, are there also gonna be some SBA?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, there's in co-op there's some exclusive glitches, and SBA sick boomerang action.
Sick boomerang action.
Is
I
one
really
of
like
them.
the ring of that.
Yeah, there's in co-op there's basically two glitches, which is sick boomerang action and sick pulling action. And basically, they allow you to skip like huge parts of the game with like the boomerang, because you can like throw the boomerang and then grab the other player, and then he's gonna be out of bounds. He's gonna be basically on the top layer out of bounds, and you can skip basically everything as long as you have a boomerang. That's quite funny.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that they found exclusive glitches to the two-player co-op mode. You know, would be like cool to see some more runs for those categories to display those glitches for the game. But I think yet again FSA is one of the not that popular games.
Yeah, this game is really unpopular actually. There's like 10 or like 15 runs on the leaderboard, and it's like very unpopular. I think this game was just very unpopular in general.
Yeah, I think so.
What I've heard is that it was just kind of marketed bad because people just thought it was a co-op only game, and then they just kind of didn't buy it as like a mainline Zelda game, even though it is. As you can see, you can play it perfectly fine, just single player.
Well, I can tell from my experience that I was always kind of turned off if you had to buy like special equipment, exclusive Nintendo equipment to be actually able to play stuff, you know. Starting out with the Link cable you had to buy to do the Pokemon trade stuff and all that stuff, and if you actually have to buy like two, you gotta have like two Game Boy Advance to play in multiplayer, you know. You could have at least said that like you can play it also with just a GameCube controller, like the single player version, you know, but you know, it's kind of a not so cool sellout method in my opinion if you actually have to have the additional hardware to be able to play the game in co-op mode. That's just like how I always felt. I can see why it hasn't been probably popular for that.
Yeah, and I think it's sad. This speedrun is like super cool in my opinion. It's one of the coolest runs I've ever learned.
Yeah, the game too. Like I haven't played it to be honest, but yeah, like it looks like a solid Zelda game. I mean, of course, kind of a Link to the Past, like kind of like a mix between a Link to the Past and Minish Cap. But you know, like the puzzles are cool. I think the mechanics are cool, and I could definitely see this like being an awesome 4-player co-op thing.
Yeah, that as well.
If it was like easier accessible for like players, you know, because like Nintendo 64, GameCube, you got the 4 controller ports, just plug in a controller and go, you know.
Yeah.
But with that extra barrier that you're gonna have to have that stupid Game Boy Advance, it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. And we did another Gav skip. That one's actually really easy. You don't even need to jump slash or anything. Just throw your Link and hold C down, and you make it over there.
It's funny because it's like the pit is quite large. I think it's 4 tiles, and get that easy.
Yeah, and then you can push this huge block after we blow up the entrances. I don't really understand why you need to blow up the entrances to be able to push it, but yeah, it looks funny. You can just push this huge block around, and you needed to destroy these like spikes to progress on. We're gonna just destroy these, and
That's a weird puzzle.
Yeah.
Like, really odd.
some things in this game are just like super weird.
Yeah. Oh, but talking about Game Boy Advance, GameCube, and so on, we're playing on a Wii, right? Not a Wii U, normal Wii. So, are there like any differences whether you play this on a Wii or a GameCube?
I don't think so. It's basically the same. I'm not sure if even load times are affected. Like, I know Toadwood used to play on a GameCube, but pretty much everyone just plays on a Wii. I guess that's a lot more convenient.
Well, I believe the Wii is more flexible when it comes to the video output.
Yeah, that as well.
Because like those Wii 2 HDMI adapters who work really well, and they are like much cheaper than for the GameCube. And well, some hardware experts might not be surprised. Well, if you're a hardware expert on Nintendo stuff, you know that the Wii is kind of like just GameCube hardware inside of the Wii box, you know, like this, and that's why you have like really 100% accurate backwards compatibility between the GameCube games for the Wii. So that's why I think it's not surprising to hear that there's not that much of a difference regarding your choice of console for this game.
So here's gonna do kind of a skip where he charges the hammer and then hits the thing there from the other side of the pit. I'm not actually sure how you're supposed to do that normally, but yeah.
It looked fast, and there was like a lot going on.
Yeah. So we need to fall down again. Basically, you can grab the links that are outside of the GBA screen, from the GBA screen, and then throw them over the gap to make that. That's basically what this puzzle is. And also in this level, room, we need to get the lantern first.
Okay.
So you're gonna just like see him fall down, and then you see these like shadows of the links that are outside of the GBA screen, and you can just carry them over the gap. Because there's like a huge gap in this room.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and just need to hit all of the switches.
Yeah, again, just like a classic Zelda game, you know, fighting enemies, solving puzzles.
Yeah.
Do you know when this game was released? 2002, 3, 4, something?
I think it's 2004, yeah.
Okay.
Getting bullied by these skeletons while trying to push the block. Oh, what is happening?
Oh boy.
Skeletons are okay. I've never seen them bully this much, but wow.
Nitroz just like keeping his poker face, playing it cool.
It should be fine.
I hope so. Like, okay, in that room, normally you go through it pretty quickly, but I think Nitroz wanted to get like a few extra hearts. But there's like wood ropes that steal your gems from you. But it should be fine. There's a lot of gems.
Just
We
take
got
these to be safe.
Yeah. And here, gonna do another freeze clip while
nice.
lighting the torch and clipping through there. And then in this room, there's a skip. It's called Bumper Guy Skip. Basically, you would need to kill all of these blue enemies that are very annoying to kill, because you need to knock them into the holes. But yeah, as you can see here, if you line it up correctly, and then just reunite and roll, you can actually make it to the platform, and then Link respawns on there. And then
Refight.
And then actually here, so this fight can be pretty annoying because like these like wide balls and stuff can hit you. But there's actually like a glitch he did, which is called floating Link glitch, that allows him to basically float above the white balls, and he just doesn't need to be concerned with dodging them. So it's quite nice. Otherwise this fight can be very annoying. And here's gonna attempt a cutscene skip. Yeah, so you like kind of charge a spin attack and make Red Link go in the direction of the door, and then when you deselect him, he doesn't go into the cutscene and you can skip it. And also, this is the worst maiden.
She talks the longest.
No, she doesn't talk the longest, I think, but her text boxes are very weird, where it's just sometimes there's like a text box on the screen that you just can't mash it away. You just need to wait for some reason. It's very weird, but oh well.
All right, so 2 more maidens to go.
Yeah.
And 2 more elements, though we're going to be skipping one if I recall correctly.
Yeah, we're gonna skip getting one, but the game just, after you finish the level, you skip it and the game just puts it in your inventory.
Yeah, I was
So
I'm not surprised to hear that.
Yeah. Result 6-1. So World 6 is unarguably the worst world of all time. Every level is just very annoying in this world, in my opinion at least. I just need to talk to
Some
this
quest.
Yeah. Just need to talk to her and then this girl to open the gate. So here you did a very interesting small skip. Normally would have to push it to the side, but if you like use your formations and then turn around after like starting to push it, it just goes down and you can skip pushing it like 3 times if you only push it once.
Oh, we got boots!
Yeah, finally
Das
the
Boots.
boots. And these Guptas are interesting because you need to kill them in the normal world, and then you need to open a portal and kill their skeletons in the other side, I guess.
Ah, okay.
And we need that orb for that.
Yeah, there's kind of a cycle that I'm trying to make in this room. We'll see if I can get it though. Ah, that guy didn't die. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Just barely off.
Missing 1 hit.
It's just a small time loss. You just wait until it comes back.
Yeah, that portal is weird. It just disappears and reappears on a cycle.
Oh, we needed to kill all of those so we can pass through there.
Yeah.
Oh, the boots movement seems nice. At least you don't have to stop to turn.
And we're gonna do another instance of the floating link glitch. Basically, if you recoil from an enemy and keep moving, so like if you ever stop moving, you go back to the ground. But if you keep moving, you can just go over these pits that normally would suck you down into a different world. And here's our 3rd gem dupe. So it's kind of a setup to bonk the tree and then use the coconut to grab it.
Also, Kaznon. I don't see if I can read this right. I think it's called Kaznon. Thank you so much for the raid and welcome everyone.
Yeah. Here's another instance of the flying link glitch we saw way earlier. We just kind of bonk and then deselect the link, and then he's gonna stay up from the recoil.
Cheap cheeps.
Yeah, there's cheap cheeps in this game. And here another floating link glitch. We can just walk through these.
That looked pretty easy.
Yeah. And then in this next screen, we're gonna do kind of a weird glitch where if you bonk off the wall and then turn around, you can like bonk off your other links and make it over those gaps, like get bonked over those gaps. It's pretty weird. But, yeah.
I think it's fun that like I always like those tricks where you like abuse some mechanics to actually make you jump over things.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the a technique we have in LADX as well, where you can bonk against the wall to actually jump over pits. Pits that are usually only to be passed over with a feather.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool to see that you can do this stuff. Also, lots of glitches and skips actually.
Yeah, this game is very glitch heavy. It's like it's interesting because this game is like level based, and there's like not really like anything like you can do with the level, but there's like these kinds of glitches that you can just use everywhere. Like you can use FMCs in a bunch of levels, and then use gap skips everywhere. And it's super cool to see all the implications of those glitches.
To keep those away, making weird sounds when they die. That seems to be always the same big sprite sword thing, skeleton warrior thing we're fighting there.
Yeah, exactly.
Was that bonk intentional, or was it just to kill time?
Just to kill time.
Yeah. It also it also like moves the gem. It makes it jump a little bit, which is kind of funny.
Oh, okay.
But I already have 2,000 gems, so no reason to pick it up.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna get grabbed by the hand or something, or the tinker, or whatever it was.
Alright, so our third element. That's the last, hopefully the last time we're gonna fight that guy. If Nitroz misses the skip, he's gonna have to fight the last one again, but he's not gonna do that.
Fingers crossed.
And again, bonking like super weird.
Yeah, when you're like bonking with all the links in a close space, it can kind of displace the animation a little bit. It's kind of interesting. So this next level is definitely a fun one. I think Martin can explain why.
Yeah, so this level has a very hard skip. Probably like, would you say it's the hardest skip?
I don't know, but it's precise.
Yeah, it's super precise. We're gonna see a skip he's gonna do here.
In Desert Palace.
That's kind of, yeah. I guess it's Desert Palace.
Yeah, well, I mean, the entrance looked pretty much alike from what we've seen in Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Like that statue theme where you walk into his mouth or so.
So here we're gonna hit the 4 switches to unlock the hammer. And in this next room he's gonna do the skip I was talking about. So basically he's gonna use one of those, like this blue turtle, to clip through this block by having this turtle be in a very precise position. Wow, that's still work. That's really hard.
Nice.
That's
what actually happened there?
So basically, you get the turtle to be in a very precise position, and then make it so it's underneath purple Link, and then once you select purple Link, he's gonna just kind of get displaced by the turtle and get clipped past the block and hit a switch that opens the door. And with that switch being pressed, we can get what happens is that you get the key that you would normally use to open the switch, but with that we can get this key and carry it all the way to this next room.
Skipping one small key there.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big skip actually. You would have to go like all the way around to the top screen there and have to do like a bunch of fights just for getting a small key for that door.
Yeah, like skipping one small key can often save a lot of time.
Yeah.
Thinking about Oracle of Seasons, where you also skip in the last dungeon one small key, and that lets you like also enables you to skip well, not super large but somewhat large amount of the dungeon.
Here's the best room in the game.
Didn't shoot down. Yeah. have to hit all the torches, and these like statues can be super annoying because your arrows can shoot through them and then also hit you. And their hitboxes are also very weird. Yeah, this room is just really annoying in my opinion.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and were those BMOs active? No, I think they were just.
Yeah,
like,
they were
still.
active.
Oh, two. Okay.
Just lining up a shot there to kill both two of those with one arrow shot, and then killing the last one.
So as a speedrunner, if you're like at 1295 gems, you got like some sort of minimum numbers, minimum amounts that you want to have at each screen. Is that something you're looking out for?
Yeah, pretty much.
Once again, here making good use of our friends.
Yeah, normally you need to like wait for him to open his eyes and then shoot him, but you can just throw your links at him at any time and it kills him. It's very, very weird how that works, but.
Yeah, Goma. I don't know, when was the first appearance of Goma? I think it was also in Link's Awakening, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not too familiar with Zelda 1 or 2 though, so I might be mistaken.
So this here is the worst Shadow Link fight in the game, because there's these guys can like not only go into these GBA sections, but they can also jump between them, which just makes it super obnoxious to like follow them if they all just go down here.
Yeah, basically there's like these walls and then they can jump over them, but you can't, so you need to go outside of the GBA screen again and then go into the other portal, and by the time you go to the other portal, the Link already jumped back.
Wow.
So it's like,
Yeah,
if it goes bad, it goes horrible.
That was a decent fight.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, onto the pyramid.
The Pyramid of Power, probably. I think the pyramid is always called the Pyramid of Power in Zelda games.
I think the level's just called the pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think it's like the desert, then desert temple, and then the pyramid.
The pyramid, okay.
Some of the level names in this game are kind of funny.
So again, the third part of level 6.
Yeah.
That was a hard pull puzzle. You know, starting out small and then.
Yeah. With 2 players, these like switches can actually be kind of annoying because like, if you're not in the like correct position and then like you need to, one player needs to start pulling and then the second player needs to like pull the first player. But if you're like not in the correct position, you like just pick up the other player. It's just kind of annoying with 2 player, but yeah. And in this room, he's actually gonna try to kind of make a tight cycle at the end here. Gonna try to go as fast as possible. Just going through these screens.
What did he pick up at the bottom right there?
That was just a switch you hit.
Ah, okay, so you
For the
can
door to
progress.
open, yeah. So that should be fine on the cycle. Basically, he wants to get to the end of this room before the next bomb explodes. If you kind of mess up, then it can be pretty tight, but yeah, he makes it perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, easy.
And then getting the slingshot here for the next skip. This one is also pretty difficult, so let's see if he gets it first. Well, first you need to bait the Skipto into the position where Purple Link is right now, and it can be kind of annoying. Yeah, so here he's like going into the wrong position, and you just kind of need to wait for him to go where you want him to be.
Yeah, this is really bad RNG.
Yeah. And then you need to stun him in the correct position there. Okay, let's see this. And yeah, very nice. That one's quite tough as well to get. So basically, what happened there is you reunite with the green link at the bottom of the screen, and then with the Gypto, you can kind of clip into the wall, and then you can do a roll FMC with blue to get into that room, and that lets you have the bombs early, very early, which is extremely nice. This basically skips a huge part of the level. Oh,
Yeah,
I
some
fell
more
down
gap
very-
skips here. It
Yeah.
can be deceptively difficult to get this
Yeah,
sometimes.
this one is hardly. No, this one is weirdly hard. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Nice, throwing your links over the gaps.
Yeah, normally you're supposed to like pick a slingshot there inside that cave and then hit some switches to make bridges across, I think, or something.
Yeah,
but,
even like bridges appear.
I'd like to have some parts here, okay, just in case.
Oh, a fairy boss.
Yeah,
So
this
here's
boss is
Moldorm,
kind of
I guess.
interesting.
Mecha Moldor.
We're essentially gonna try doing this floating link glitch that we've done earlier in this world. And as you can see here, I don't actually get hit by Moldorm. But the catch with this is that I need to keep hitting his tail and the head at the same time to retain this glitch, basically. So you can see I'm making sure to hitting the head at the same time as hitting the tail. It's also very important that I just keep moving links. If I hold neutral with the control stick at any point, the glitch also gets cancelled. So it can be a little scary here if you're
Yeah,
not
and if you
paying
like
attention.
get hit by them, you basically, yeah,
Like
there
here, I
you
didn't
didn't
hit the head, so...
That was fine. Yeah, you can also like fall down into the hole and then you get like put into another like GBA section.
Classic
Like,
Moldor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this should just be pretty smooth here.
Yeah.
Like, does the color of his tail make a difference?
No, since you're like in a formation, you're gonna hit the tail with all the links. So
Yeah, so
in co-op, actually, it's quite interesting. You can't really do that trick like that since you can't be like all links together. I need to always like what we always did was like stand outside the ring and then wait for a certain color to appear and then like jump with the
in.
color.
Okay.
That's it was really annoying, that fight in co-op.
Well, sounds like a safe strat at least.
Yeah. Or here's the longest maiden cutscene.
But already maiden number 6.
Yeah.
And we
We're
still
flying through this game.
got probably around an hour of gameplay ahead of us. But you spoiled earlier that after those 7 levels, we're gonna have a level number 8 too. So not finished out with 7 levels. There's still gonna be some probably really difficult stages to before we're finishing off this
Yeah.
run.
Definitely. Like I said, the last 3 worlds are definitely the hardest of the game. And especially World 7 can be pretty tricky. So yeah, we have this like cutscene showing that Ganon has captured Zelda. So well, it's technically only like 6 maidens. We already freed all 6 of them. But we still need to free Zelda in World 7. And then we need to have all the maidens to go to World 8 and beat Vladi and Ganon. But first is World 7. It's personally... Next up is my personal favorite level. Okay, so there's 2 routes in that level you can do. There's one with a very hard FMC, where it's like 10 frame perfect FMCs in a row. And then there's the route that Nitroz is going to do, which is going to get the fire rod. It's a little bit slower, but it's definitely way easier. And I don't blame him for not trying to go for the skip in this marathon.
Have you done it in runs before, Nitroz?
I've tried it before, but it's very difficult.
Yeah, so this level has a lot of cool looking tricks. So okay, so basically on the first screen, he left his link like at the screen transition and then rolled right with a link and then reunited and switched to the other link and screen transition, and that basically puts the Link that rolled right. Because of the ice, it puts the Link on top of the wall, so we can just go there and then jump out of bounds here and get the bombs early. And now we need those bombs to get the fire rod, as I said. You could skip this entire section with that FMC I mentioned earlier, but it's really tricky. And also another good thing about getting the fire rod is that you get a lot of extra gems. Like if you don't get it, the gem route in this level is kind of tight, but with the fire rod you get so many extra gems.
Gonna pick up some extra hearts here because there's kind of an annoying fight coming up. Where it's very easy to die and it's just annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, this music is so good. This and the credits music are like some of the best songs in this game. Yeah, so this fight can be super annoying because it's in like such a tight space, and
It's also kind of interesting that the boss music doesn't even play until you interact with the big guard guy, so you can almost have everything done before it even starts playing.
yeah, and he's just standing around until you hit him. And using the fire rod to kill those soldiers with one hit. It's very nice. And here he takes the medallion. He's gonna need it for a skip at the very end of this level. So we're gonna have to carry it all the way. Well, we're leaving it here. We're coming back later to get it again. And then on this next screen we have a kind of cool looking fight with the fire rod. So we have these penguins and we shoot a fire rod and then spawn these penguins to already burn a bunch of them in the back, and then
So many penguins, man.
yeah, and you just burn them all. And it causes, it's so laggy as well. And it's kind of funny.
I mean, they're a fun enemy. I always like them in A Link to the Past.
Yeah. So we're getting this blue orb again. And then grabbing our medallion. So on this next screen, this snow wall, you can FMC through it, but it takes 10 frame perfect inputs, as I said. And
Yeah, that doesn't steer really rough.
yeah. Only 3 people do it, or only top runners do it, and I do it because I'm weirdly good at FMCs. It's just a timing thing. You just have to kind of figure out the timing.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're really, let's say, above 90% consistent with
Yeah.
FMCs, then I think it's no harm in opting to do that strat.
Yeah, you can try it a bunch of times before it starts losing time as well. If you get it first try, it saves a lot of time. And then we didn't really talk about the lobster in 2-1, but basically you have to hit his heads with the right color. If you hit a wrong head, all the heads are gonna respawn.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
And the one in 2-1 was alright, but this one is super annoying because of the ice, and it's just so hard to hit him. But yeah, he did it there. And then just as in the start of the level, we're gonna do the same glitch again, where we're gonna keep a Link at the screen transition and then roll and screen transition so we get clipped up on the wall. And this is what we need the medallion for. So let's see if he gets it. So he's gonna keep rolling into the wall to get clipped up out of bounds and throw the medallion to kill all of these soldiers. So normally, if you kill all of the soldiers, then the portal is gonna appear and it's gonna suck you in. With the medallion, all the enemies on screen are gonna be turned into these blobs, and basically, all the enemies dying allows you to screen transition. Otherwise, you couldn't do the screen transition there. So it's very important to keep the medallion all the way to the end of the level, and it's very easy to accidentally just throw it and then it's all over, and you have to do that fight for the for the elements.
Yeah, that's what we mentioned earlier with the fact that we skipped one of the elements, but the game still counts as having it anyway, so it doesn't make a difference really.
Yeah, you can just skip the fight. Alright, this is the Ice Palace. This is one of the most annoying levels as well.
Oh boy, pushing statues. That's like really one of the
yeah.
things I hate the most. I mean, in A Link to the Past and so on.
Yeah. You need to hit all of these switches for a key to appear. You just need to pull the switch for the door to open, and then
That's one big switch.
yeah.
The 4-person switch.
And then just kill these Wizros. Again,
Very
just, like,
good RNG.
Yeah.
Actually, this looked pretty much free.
Yeah, they can like spawn in a random position, and then they were like, those two were like pretty much on top of each other, where if they're like far apart and you need to like wait. And this is kind of an unintended skip. Normally you're supposed to take those bombs and throw it onto this thing in the middle to destroy some certain tiles. But what you can do actually is just throw one of your links over and walk over the ice to just destroy those tiles instead. And it's kind of a cool way to just solve that puzzle. This room is the most annoying room in the game. These like bombs, they just always hit you, and then if you get hit, you lose like a lot of gems, and it's super annoying. But he got through it like very well. That was a very nice room. That room can be super annoying.
Another Shadow Link fight here, but this one is really easy despite the fact that there's 4 of them, because we can just instantly stun them with the Fire Rod here.
Yeah, you kind of buffer the Fire Rod into the fight, and it's gonna hit them instantly. Like, just like this. Yeah.
For some reason it doesn't actually let you kill all of them, and of course the last one was the real one, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Doing stuff casually. How about that?
Yeah. Actually, in this room, there's quite a cool strat. So we're gonna throw these bombs to hit the back 2 switches, and then normally you're supposed to time the bomb so that it explodes right onto the switch. But actually, what we can do is shoot a fire rod shot and then throw the bomb so it hits the fire rod right next to the switch, and we don't have to kind of like time the bomb as you're intended to do. And I'm doing some more gap skips here to just get across. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. It's kind of funny with like the links constantly falling down and screaming. And then need to hit the 4 switches in this room. And then we have a fight here. We can kind of abuse the fire rod here since it kills them instantly. So it's very nice to have for this fight.
Yeah, but ice physics, man, like,
Yeah.
they seem quite like to what you're having in A Link to the Past. But yeah, with the roll thingy, it seems to be quite controllable.
Yeah. So here we're gonna do a kind of an interesting unintended thing where we can hit 2 switches with green there.
Yeah, for whatever reason, green happens to have like a slightly larger hitbox, I believe, than the other link, so if you like position him pretty precisely there, you can hit 2 switches with just him.
Yeah, and there was a cutscene trigger there, and you can just throw your Link over it. Just to do a small cutscene skip.
Visiting our fan club.
Alright, here's a kind of a long cutscene, or I mean, not that long, but it's,
Do we have any donations? Greetings from Germany. First time watcher, first time donator. Keep up the good work you're doing at Gaffrethon 2022.
Shoutouts to PK for organizing Gaffrethon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think if my senses are not blinding me, then I'm smelling some waffles coming out of the kitchen over there.
Wish I could get some right now. Maybe you should finish faster, Nitroz. So
Yeah,
you
Nitroz.
Can get Nitroz.
Can you
get
please,
some
like, you know,
waffles.
just turn this into a speed run eventually?
We'll see what happens here. Well, unfortunately for you, this level is actually another one of those that have absolutely no glitches. So
Yeah.
if you hope, if you
There's
like 2D sections with a ton of doors, then
This
is the level for you.
This level has like a minute of door transitions. Just walking into these doors and walking out again, and it's just such a boring level. Nothing is basically happening, just getting stuff and then using it. And yeah.
Also looks like a maze of some sort.
Yeah, it kind of is a maze with all of these doors. I guess this is the only skip in the level. Normally you're supposed to have the slingshot here, but you can just jump slash to the switch.
Ah, okay.
It's the only unintended thing in this level.
Oh, already. Okay, okay. It's Sunday Gaffrethon, so starting with a beer a little earlier today. That's good. Quel service. What a service here at Gaffrethon. Gaffrethon 2022. Strugglethon is coming up in September, guys, but now we're at Gaffrethon.
Yeah, as you can see, there's so many screen transitions.
Yeah.
So, how's the weekend for you so far?
Are you asking me or Nitroz?
Oh, both of you.
Okay,
I
Nitroz.
think he has time to answer.
It's been pretty solid, I think. Pretty nice event here. Been having a good time.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, it's pretty cool that PK is like cooking like food or like dinner or whatever you want to call it for everyone. You know, the guys say have been playing some weird card game where obviously no one but PK knows the rules yesterday evening, so that was pretty funny.
These switches are really annoying because there's like, if you step on them, you can't really jump off very easily, so that's why I fell there a few times, but it's fine.
Just for the small key. And yeah, we're like in a really quite small-ish apartment, but for whatever weird reason, we're making this work here, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's like my first time ever meeting up with all my friends I made over like the past 4 years speedrunning.
Yeah, it's always nice.
It's super nice to
have like an
finally meet
occasion
them.
to get together.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Oh,
close. You can barely, like, it's super tight, but you can throw him over
Oh.
there. Oh, he missed it. That's quite a big time loss.
Oh, la,
So
la,
He's gonna
la.
wait all the way.
Hope you guys like this level.
It's just such an awesome level with no waiting at all.
Nitroz just wants us to get the waffles later.
Yeah.
He wants to see us
Ooh.
suffer.
So if you roll on the same frame, you get hit. You don't get a damage. You don't get a damage boost. So you can just kind of roll over those spikes if you do it like perfectly. It's very rare, but it's always nice to see that. That was cool.
So what item was that?
That's the fire rod.
Oh, nice.
We needed to burn that kind of frog statue,
Yeah,
I guess.
I was just
I don't
wondering.
really know what's up with that.
I think frog looks about right.
Yeah.
Oh, and the burr blocks.
Yeah, those are actually kind of interesting. They actually like burn slightly faster if you have good positioning.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's interesting.
So I got it right there.
Burless GBA section, very nice. And that was a feather? Yeah,
Yeah,
there we
that
go.
was a feather.
I mean, that probably makes the 2D sections a little more interesting.
Yeah, these bomb juice once again being a pretty big nuisance.
Yeah. So he's gonna grab this link. These jumps are actually kind of tight.
Ooh, interesting. That's fine. We can just jump over.
That jump right there, the last jump is frame perfect.
Oh, how about that?
So
I don't know if it's that precise, but it's pretty precise.
It's very
yeah.
precise.
Yeah.
So
it's-
normally you would take your link and throw him over, but he fell down there. Oh well, what a gamer he is. He just gets it first
Yeah,
try.
but in all seriousness, Nitroz is really one of the, well, I would say one of the best 2D Zelda gamers at least
Definitely.
we have in the community. You know, he's like learning stuff pretty fast, and he's really thorough with learning stuff and optimizing stuff. And he also got quite some stamina when he's trying to push his runs.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's a great speedrunner.
definitely.
Nice gem shower.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
Let's go.
Königsbier. That's odd. I'm France and I'm drinking Königsbier. Whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're almost done here. It's going to be the boss on the next screen here.
Yeah.
He's a bit
Finally.
interesting.
Yeah, this boss can be very annoying as well. There's a big eyeball.
Brr, 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 brr. Oh boy, but like every boss fight has like this GBA screen feature, I feel, you know, it sort of reminds me of Minish Cap, where also like most of the boss fights have that, have like some shrinking stuff, you know, like body and
Or like cloning tiles as well.
the PK, I don't know the boss's name of the bosses in Minish Cap, but you know the one where you need the arrows to shoot the inside of his hands, that one.
Mizal. Yeah.
What's that?
Mizal.
Mizal.
So he's just gonna
No.
try to jump up and hit his eye, but these like bird things can be very annoying.
Oh.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
fight can be pretty annoying.
It can either go like really fast or it's kind of like that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't too bad in the end, I would say.
it
It
was
can
like-
definitely be worse.
So were you intentionally holding off the other links on the top there so you could like use them once the
like
first
if
one
they're
falls
falling
down?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a cool strat.
Pretty much the strat for that fight. And also interesting, he's leaving like his links on the stairs so that when he reunites, they like hit the wall and instantly go to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
because
kind
you
of
need
a
to.
small time saver.
For those to activate, you need to have all 4 links inside of them. So because they're like following you, it's faster to just reunite them once green gets there.
Yeah, exactly. So now we saved Zelda.
The 7th maiden.
Yeah.
Also a great theme. I mean, shout out to Nintendo for reusing that for so many Zelda games.
Yeah. It's definitely
It actually
very
has a
pleasant song.
that theme actually has like a B part you rarely can hear. Let's see if we're gonna hear it here. No, already cut off. Oh no. Is it still in the background? Okay, now it's gone, I guess. Yeah, it's like that theme got like a B part, which you like often do not hear because they didn't put it in there. And I was even surprised to hear it being played in A Link to the Past, but it's only being played when you rescue Zelda in the basement. For whatever reason, during the crystal cutscenes where the theme is also being played, it's like not played entirely, only the A part, not the B part. But the B part is also really nice. However, we're in level 8.
Yeah, we're in World 8, the cloud level. We're above clouds now. He's gonna intentionally fall down there because these BMOs shooting you can be super annoying. He's gonna just fall down, get some iframes. And here he's gonna go for a pretty hard trick that can't softlock him if he doesn't get it. It's like 7 frames, so it should be fine, but... See, 4 blue gems, that's actually such good RNG. So it can be either like green or blue, but blues are like a bit rarer. So normally you would get like maybe 1 blue gem, but 4 blue gems, that's like actually super rare. Wow.
Is that beneficial in the progress throughout the dungeon?
Well, it lets you skip a few extra gems later on. So yeah, right there, he screen transitioned on top of there, and once you screen transition, you have like a 7-frame window to press Z. Otherwise, you soft lock. But he got it there, so that's good.
Yeah, 7 frames luckily seems to be manageable.
Yeah, definitely. And you can just like get to the screen transition a lot of the times in these rooms.
What's up with those colored platforms?
You can only go over those with the right color.
Ah, okay.
The other links would just fall down.
Ah, they would fall down. Okay, now
I'm gonna take just a quick death here because of my health, but it's all good because I made the hover at least.
Somewhat intentional though, so?
Yeah.
Okay.
This level is kind of special, 8-1, because you can actually just do this formation hovering glitch wherever you want. It just works everywhere.
Yeah.
Normally you would need to be next to a wall.
Yeah,
he's just holding the C
like,
stick.
Yeah, I'll try to watch if he's like doing any there, but it's just holding the button and he's hovering.
It looks pretty funny for just being such an easy glitch.
Yeah.
And it's super useful in this level.
And one final trick here as well on the next screen, it's going to be a death push. So I'm going to try dying and then rolling in a formation in such a way that I push Red Link into the fire. Kind of like that. And then after I respawn, I'm just going to switch to Red Link and he's going to be on the other side of the fire.
Yeah, that just skips having to fight the dongos and deactivating the fire.
Right.
So yeah. So
Nice.
Alright, pretty nice level from the death, but yeah. Again, that's just lose like a couple seconds in this game. Not really tragic. And again, he has like 42 fairies now.
Yeah, plenty.
So game overing in this game is impossible.
Good thing, good thing.
Alright, A2, this one is quite the hard level.
So this seems to me like a game that you can also just like play in a somewhat casual speedrunny way, and then you know the more you want to learn, then the more tricks you learn. You know, like a low entrance barrier, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's seems to me like that with Four Swords Adventures, because you cannot really go game over and lose like 5 minutes or so, always respawning easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it seems there's really, like we said earlier, so many glitches, so much stuff you can optimize, and yeah.
And it's just fun to play, in my opinion.
I'm most definitely gonna play that casually next few months.
It's pretty cool. So we're gonna get the bow here. So this is like a pixel perfect chop, but there's like a super easy lineup for it. You can just jump and then shoot all of those 4.
Oh, nice.
Normally you would have to be like on the cloud and shoot upwards. And here he's gonna do a
so that way the arrow doesn't get disappear after you hit the first target.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
that it? Okay.
And it's like pixel perfect. Okay, so here's gonna do a pretty interesting glitch. It looks quite funny. So he's gonna throw Red Link and then
Okay, let's try that again.
Yeah, he's gonna have to re-enter the screen.
That's fine.
So basically what he's trying to do is throw Red onto this cloud and then pull Red back to like fall down and then activate. And then he's gonna keep his like links on the other screen, and that's gonna huck up the coordinates somehow, and basically
All right.
it's just
interesting.
A super interesting glitch. I have like actually no idea how it technically works, but
yeah, seems to be some thing with the 2D sideways 2D sections.
Yeah, I think it just has to do with like spawning on the clouds, and then because like Red respawned after he fell down, and then you could like deselect your links, and that kind of messes up your coordinates, I think, and that like allows you to spawn the links and like in a different position, and as you saw, like Red like flew up the screen there. But that was nice, so.
Dark Link is trying to bomb us again.
Yeah.
Oh. Scotty beamed us up.
Yeah,
Gem stealing whiz ropes.
These arrows are a little, or these whiz ropes rather, are a little annoying because if you kill them with arrows, they don't actually drop gems, and I kind of need the gems from these guys, so I'm just gonna take the time and jump slash them.
With arrow you could one-shot them.
Yeah, but they don't actually drop any gems.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And so here he's gonna do another formation hover, but this one's quite tricky because you have to go around the corner here, and it can be hard. He gets the first try.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
I saw him struggling with that during practice, so it's nice getting that first try.
That one can definitely be tough. And then again, abusing the screen transition trick to just go up there, and again here we're just gonna do a formation hover, and
seems the playtesting haven't been that thoroughly anymore at that part of development.
yeah. So formation hover and then jump slash gets right over there.
Nice.
And this is like peak game design. It's like a blind maze. Well, you can hit these switches to like show a path, but we just kind of remember where the spikes are, and
we also like skip 90% of the maze.
Yeah,
so
there's like a
that
huge
cover.
We skip like pretty much everything in this level.
Yeah, and yet that level was still quite long, so I can imagine it's a pretty long level if you play it casually.
Yeah. Like most levels are pretty long. Like most levels are kind of the length of like the 7-3 level we saw earlier. Well, they have more content than just going through doors, but
yeah,
most levels can be pretty like 7 minutes long if you do them normally, but we just do have so many skips and glitches to open them up, and yeah.
And it's like the thing is, and that's I think sort of the fun with watching FSA. Like, okay, most of that stuff is similar. You take your link from over the pit, and the other ones come after you. But I feel like every setup is different and sort of like differently working, you know? It's like, okay, of course the obstacle is clear, you want to go across the pit, but you know, the way you're actually doing that, it's always different to me.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, all
I mean,
the different
behind
appliances of those glitches, I think that what makes this game really cool and fun to watch and to run.
Yeah.
Alright, we're on to the last level.
There we go.
Alright, again, this level is gonna have a huge glitch, huge skip. But first we need to, we're gonna do a reunite FMC through this barrier here, but he's gonna take a bit of damage because we want to die. We want to do zombie storage again a bit later on. So we're gonna, there, it was like a frame late, so all the things teleported to him. Yeah,
there we go.
Just like that. And so here, he's gonna take the bomb and die, and then immediately immediately transition as soon as he like revives. Yeah. It's gonna set us up for a glitch a bit later on.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the one I did all the way back in 2.3 to like get the link on the side of the room to climb all the way up to the door. It's gonna be pretty much the same thing here, but first I need to
get a key.
Yeah, get a key from the rooms to the side here.
Everyone.
Like normally this level is like this massive like trials area with all of these different sites they have to go to, but we're basically just gonna skip all of that with that skip.
Yeah. And again using like the carry mechanic. Actually now I can see it.
Oh, that's
Just getting carried.
yeah. Using boomerang to activate there, yeah.
I'm gonna take this key and go back to like the main room. And yeah, so as we said, we got zombie storage by like going down the stairs, and now as soon as we die, our clones or like the other links are gonna be zombie links, and then we can position them on the bomb flower, and the bomb flower respawning is what's gonna clip the link into the wall there. So that's pretty nice.
Sounds like a somewhat precise timing.
I mean, you have quite a bit of time before the flower pops back up to actually line them up in the correct position, but...
Yeah, the position can be a little bit tricky, but it's kind of easy to line it up with just being like in the perfectly middle of the flower.
So you see here, I'm just going to be moving red along this wall all the way to that door in the top middle there, and then I'm going to die once more so that I can switch to red, pick up the key, and then go through. It's very important that I pick up the key to conserve it.
Yeah, otherwise you're soft locked.
That's such a fun, weird glitch.
Yeah.
Rip.
Alright, next screen is the hardest fight in the game.
Yeah, hardest screen in the game. Because there's these ogre guys, and there's bumpers, and there's pits, and all of that fun stuff.
Yeah. That was quite nice, actually.
Only fell once.
Yeah.
It's a new record, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, you just fall down like all the time on this screen. And as you notice, we're not actually collecting any gems in this level, and that's because the gem barrier at the end of this isn't like a gem barrier that takes you to the next level or whatever. It's what opens the path to Body, and we can actually just FMC through that barrier. And here he's gonna do kind of a nice trick to get the bomb and load up instantly.
Stupid Gomez.
Yeah, so here he's just gonna do an FMC.
It's a little precise because if you mess up one, you get knocked back by the barrier.
Yeah.
Might take a few tries.
Yeah, this can... Alright, that should be good.
Alright.
Yeah, finally.
So yeah, this is the Vadi fight. He's quite a bit simpler in single player than co-op. He's gonna take 3 bombs here in his first phase. That might have been too early.
Yeah, I want to time those bombs to like just blow up as they're right next to him. I think Nitroz is just gonna count down after picking the bombs.
So you have to time the moment on when the bomb is exploding as well as on as well as the on where it's gonna be in the whirlwind. Is that a thing too?
No, that doesn't really affect it. It's just when it blows up.
The timing is good. Well, that looked fairly easy.
Yeah. Well, if you get the
there
timing.
he is again. Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna shoot out of the cannon and then jump slash him, and then there's this like fight in the GBA section where you just need to hit him a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then actually, interestingly, you can throw your link into the cannon from below. Otherwise, you would need to go all the way around back to the middle.
You don't want him to go towards the top there because it gets way harder to hit him. That was good.
Alright.
Okay.
Falling down there for swag. That was a
Vadi
fight.
And now we're approaching the end of the run.
Yeah.
There's just going to be a collapse section followed by the final boss.
Yep. So now the body is dead. The whole tower is gonna collapse. And we want to try escaping. Tower just getting down. Body spirit escaping or something.
Yeah.
Out of there. Yeah, so Collapse is just a couple of rooms of just like waiting for Zelda to... Basically, objective is to get Zelda to the end of the room. And like these first 2 rooms, you just need to kind of wait for Zelda to get there. She's kind of slow, but then afterwards it's gonna be a bunch of puzzles opening up the path for Zelda fighting enemies. And yeah, but in this room we can just kind of screw around. Not much happening. We need to fight some enemies, so like if the enemies get too close to Zelda, she like gets scared or something.
She kind of looks transparent. No, I guess it's probably just the lighting.
Yeah, it's the lighting. Here we can like use the boots to easily kill all of those, like in one dash. And this room we need to hit like the switch here. So it's just kind of like that in the Collapse.
Yeah, it's pretty consistent usually, not much randomness really.
Yeah, she like randomly stops there.
Yeah, that was odd. Like, I thought if the gem was blocking her way or something,
No,
but...
it just is like that. She just always
yeah.
stops there.
Oh, nice feather. You know, Link's Awakening players, they like the feather.
Yeah, for sure.
Was that a double jump? No, that was a platform.
No,
okay.
yeah. You need to hit like three switches in this, and he's gonna get the
Bracelet.
The bracelet is actually double damage. Or no, wait, it's double defense. That's the double defense bracelet. So just so he takes a little bit less damage from Ganon. And these enemies with their shield hitbox can be very annoying to kill. Like you can't really do anything apart from just trying to keep jump slashing them until they get hit.
Okay. Was.
Yeah.
That's cool that you can shoot arrows that fast.
Yeah, well there it's like they instantly disappear as soon as they hit the Goma, so you don't actually need to wait for the arrows to disappear.
Oh.
Alright. We did it. Well, it's just gonna go there and then game's done. Oh. Damn.
Oh boy.
And here's Ganon. Zelda tries to like capture him or something, but her power is not strong enough and she gets captured by Ganon instead. Oh no! Then we have to do the whole game again to free her.
Alright, yeah, so this Ganon fight, it's gonna begin with... It's typically just gonna be me being in a formation and trying to connect a bunch of spin attacks and jump attacks with him to do maximum damage with all 4 links at the same time.
Yeah, and it's kind of random when he teleports.
So he has this lightning attack here, and if you actually get hit by the lightning, you like get sucked into a GBA screen with enemies. So that's why I intentionally jump slash into him to take damage, because when you're taking damage, you don't actually get sucked in for whatever reason.
Yeah, and that's also a reason why we got the power ring, and we also got an extra heart earlier, just so we can like do this damage boost.
And here, he's just gonna jump around for his trident. I want to stay kind of to the bottom of him when he warps, because he just swaps positions with your previous position, essentially. And that was pretty fast.
Alright, that was the first phase, very fast. Nice.
So this final phase here, I'm gonna have to wait for him to shoot these like green kind of energy balls, and I'm gonna have to reflect them back at him. And after 5 of those shots, Zelda's gonna have this powered up ball that I just shoot into Ganon. And once that hits Ganon, it's time, so
yeah,
it's gonna be very soon.
It's not a Zelda game without tennis, right?
Shoot some arrows for good RNG.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to time the button with your left foot.
That's fine.
Nitroz is multitasking capable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's RNG when he shoots the blue ball, so sometimes you can just jump around forever.
They thought it was such an awesome feature from the
Alright, and that's time. Very nice.
Nice!
Very nice run.
If I recall correctly, that's not too far, actually quite close to PB, right?
That's about 30 seconds off,
Wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
That's such a good
I think
run.
we can clap for that as well.
Yeah.
That's really almost a PB on
really
a
good.
live event. Really great performance right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much went wrong. Pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Four Swords Adventure.
It sure was.
Yeah.
Stick around for the next run. It's going to be Iraxis running A Link Between Worlds, I think, very shortly. So
Yeah, you want to give your shout
that
outs
should be
as
fun.
well?
Oh yeah, of course. Shout outs to, of course, the FSA community. There's a lot of helpful people there. Schneeheide, Navilin, Toadswood, all of these people that have just helped me out a lot when learning this game and getting better. As well as even like Martin and all of these people. Everyone at the event has just been really friendly, and it's been a really nice event so far, so
Yeah.
thanks everybody.
Also shout outs to your German pronunciation on Schneeheide.
Yeah,
That was actually pretty good.
tried
Alright.
my best.
Yeah, you did well.
Yeah, that's
really,
pretty
really great. Great run, fun game, and I think if PK is gonna join us quickly again, shortly again, then we're gonna go into a quick break of like 10-ish minutes to set up for the.
Nah, I was 30 seconds off,
Yeah,
but that's fine.
It's a really good run.
Underestimate.
it was awesome. To set up for
Link
the
Between Worlds,
what
yeah.
is that, Nintendo 3DS,
Yeah,
right?
3DS.
To set up the Nintendo 3DS capture, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then of course also with the interview for Iraxis. And yeah, stick around. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.